Hey, what's up, tubers? It's Tony, and today we're going to be talking about air conditioning expansion valves like on this 2009 Nissan Rogue that I'm using for demonstrational purposes. I'm at the junkyard today pulling parts, guys, and for those of you that want to learn how to do something new, that you're afraid that you might mess up something, go to the junkyard. You can take whatever apart, guys, and the best thing is you gain experience and you don't have to worry about putting it back together. Anyway, all AC expansion valves, for the most part, are always located in the engine compartment against the firewall, okay? Before you attempt to break loose any air conditioning line in your system, you always want to take your vehicle to a service shop and have the Freon evacuated correctly from your system. You don't want to open up anything under high pressure. You don't want to let the Freon escape into the atmosphere. Most of the time, guys, you'll need a short or long 10mm socket to break loose the bolt that retains the expansion valve lines. Sometimes, like on this Dodge that I'm about to show you, you'll need a deep 10mm socket to go over a stud. So see, on this Dodge, you would actually need a deep 10mm socket. Expansion valves can be on the driver's side of the firewall, they can be in the center, or they can be on the passenger side. It varies by manufacturer, guys, but they all do the same thing for the most part. If you need to know what a car expansion valve does, I get this question so many times. Remember, guys, you can go to Google and ask Google, what does my car's AC expansion valve do? And Google will explain it to you. If you need to know if your car has an expansion valve and what it looks like, go to rockauto.com, put in your vehicle's information, go to air conditioning section, and then click on expansion valve. You'll see a picture of what your expansion valve looks like, and then just come to the engine compartment and you have an idea of what it looks like. Now, to save time in today's video, I've already broken loose on this Rogue the 10mm retaining bolt, okay? And then a lot of times, guys, you just have to grab the line and wiggle it out of place. You may need bungee cord sometimes to hold the lines out of your way. But then after you remove the main lines, I want you to be careful, because people have written to me and have told me that they couldn't get the expansion valve out because they did not pay attention to see that there are two more retaining screws that hold the expansion valve tight to the heater core, okay? Okay, folks, most of the time, those screws that go in there, they are a T25 bit remover, or screw remover, so that's a trip to Harbor Freight for those of you that do not own such a set. Most expansion valves, again, are fairly easy to get to. Some you really have to climb in the back of the motor and, you know, wear gloves and put something on your arms so you don't get scratched up like me, and then you can handle your business. So, lefty loosey, righty tighty, guys, okay? And once you break these two screws loose, you can pull the expansion valve out, okay? So again, guys, just take your time and remember that everything you take apart will go back together nice and tight in the reverse order that you used to take it apart. There's your second screw. And then for the most part, guys, the expansion valve, you should be able to grab it and pull it out. Now, for those of you who are doing this for the first time, if you find that you can't get the expansion valve out, put your retaining screw back in and then grip that screw somehow and just gently rock the expansion valve out, or you can take a pair of needle nose pliers and gently just grab it and wiggle the expansion valve out. All right, folks, so see what I did? I took a pair of channel locks and gently grabbed the expansion valve and pulled it out. Okay, there you go. Now, a lot of times when you go to take the expansion valves out, sometimes they're stubborn, guys. Be patient. You just have to work the expansion valve off of those nipples back there, and keep in mind that there will be O-rings back there as well. You need to account for those O-rings. Put new O-rings back there, guys. When you install your new expansion valve, take PAG oil and coat your new O-rings, okay? You want to account for your O-rings, okay? Make sure that you account for them. There they are on this expansion valve, okay? If you don't do this correctly, then you'll have a leak. Again, take PAG oil and coat your new O-ring, and then you just push your expansion valve back as tight as you can get it, okay? And then you put everything back together in the reverse order that you used to take it apart. For those of you who are looking for your crankshaft position sensor, it's at the bottom of the engine up front on this 2009 Nissan Rogue. Crankshaft position sensor. I'm going to remove the expansion valve off of this Dodge van. Again, you'll need a 10mm deep socket, 3/8 ratchet drivers. So just so that you guys can see, this is a 2012 Dodge Caravan, and it's not a 10mm nut. It's a 13mm nut. Once you remove the retaining nut, just pull the line off, guys. Just that easy. Again, make sure your air conditioning system has been evacuated. And then there we are. You've seen those before. T25. Again, guys, there's screw number 2. Okay. And there's your expansion valve. So for the most part, they're that easy, guys. Now I'm about to wrap this video up, guys. I showed you how to get most expansion valves out. It's pretty much the same concept. Some are a little bit easier to get to. Others you may have to move something out of your way, like the upper intake. You may have to really dig in the back of the engine. You'll definitely need a set of tools. But always take note as to what is the front of the expansion valve and what is the rear of the expansion valve. Notice that when I took the expansion valve off of that Nissan Rogue, the O-rings were stuck to the expansion valve. Notice back there on this Dodge, the O-rings are stuck back there. So you always want to account for the O-rings, guys, okay? Always account for the O-rings. Always use new O-rings, and remember to coat the new O-rings with the correct PAG oil that's designed for your air conditioning system. Again, go to the junkyard, guys. For those of you who are afraid to do these things because you think you're going to mess something up, go to the junkyard. You can take anything apart that you like. No one will bother you, okay? And it's good experience. All right, guys. I hope today's video has been beneficial to you. Thanks for watching.